Welcome to Life in Envelopes. I am Jennifer Bleecher. This channel is all about planning, budgeting, paying off debt, and my early retirement journey. So if you are interested in any of those things, please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you along on this journey. Okay, today I'm going to be using the Budget by Paycheck workbook by the Budget Mom, as well as a notebook from Plum Paper. I'm also going to be using these highlighters from Etsy. They are the Sharpie Smear Guard Retractable. And I don't know who first came up with the idea of putting labels on the highlighters. I've seen it so many places now, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere, Facebook. But whoever came up with that idea is a genius, in my opinion. It's such a great idea. Okay, I'm also going to be using stickers from my Etsy shop, as well as stickers from my friend Cara Jo Plans Etsy shop. Use her category stickers. And my stickers are the planning stickers. I'm also using this personal planner from Amazon. Everything that I use from Amazon is in my Amazon storefront, and I have a link to that in the description box below. I actually have links to everything I use in the description box below, and anytime I have a coupon code or a discount code for you, it is also listed with those items. Okay, let's jump right in. We are going to start with the Budget by Paycheck workbook. Today we are going to do a weekly check-in for the third week of February, and we're also going to be closing out this first pay period in February. I really like to bring these weekly check-ins to you every week. Last week was crazy busy. Actually, last week and this week were both crazy busy, and I didn't get that filmed, but I did want to show you so many food items, and most of it was eating out, like fast food takeout, because it was crazy. It was a crazy time. I'm disappointed, but I'm getting back on track. Well, after this week, because like I said, this week was also crazy. So again, lots of food, and lots of it was just drive-through takeout, which is just crazy. We have like Bebop's, Firehouse Subs, Jimmy John's, and then Mucky Duck is a little pub that's close to my house. Okay, so let's start. Well, I just wanted to show you this. The way I use her expense trackers is I use one page per week. She has, I believe, 5 or 6 expense trackers in here, so one page per week works out perfectly for me. I also list all of my categories down here with the total that I spent in those categories. When we move over to the notebook, this information is going to be really helpful at that point. Okay, so before we close out this budget, let's go to what I spent money on this week. Okay, let's start with bills. This week we had to pay for our cell phones, and I have talked about this. We used to pay like, I think it was like $278 a month for our 3 cell phones, and now, well, we're down to 2 cell phones now, so that also helps. We had to pay $56 with our new cell phone plan through Google Fi. I am loving that, and I would highly recommend them. Okay, we also had Netflix come out for $15, and that was on the 19th. Sorry, I have to use tweezers because these nails are too long and I can't do anything. I'm going to go tomorrow and have them like shortened. I love having my nails done for you guys. I think it just makes the video like look nicer, but they're just too long. Okay, let's go to debt. There were no debts this week. Food. Okay, so here you'll get to see where I spent too much money. It was, we had recently, I had to do assessments and then report cards and then parent-teacher conferences. So it was just like boom, 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 like all in a row, lots going on at work. But it's all over with now, and I'm feeling a huge sigh of relief. Okay, so let's start with the 16th. On the 16th, we got Bebop's for $7. I actually don't eat Bebop, so that was something I purchased for Logan. It's probably one of those nights where I said, Logan, Mommy's just too tired to cook. So I got myself a Firehouse Sub for $8. I think this was on Monday. I got Jimmy John's for $11. These dates are confusing because I don't think this is the order that they happen. On Wednesday, I think. Oh, who knows? In this time frame, I also got a hamburger from Mucky Duck. And on Valentine's Day, I purchased Mucky Duck for the whole family. They're a British pub, so they serve things like, they serve all kinds of British food. I like their hamburgers, and my son's girlfriend, she loves their fish and chips, so yeah. Okay, and then we also got groceries. This week we did groceries all together. Groceries for $180 at Sam's. Usually David does Sam's, and Logan and I go to another store, but this week we just did it all together. Okay, we had a couple of miscellaneous expenses. First of all, Logan and I went to Casey's, which is just a convenience store near our house, and just got some snacks and drinks for $6. And see, the thing is he gets an allowance, and then he always wants me to take him to Casey's to spend his allowance, and then when I'm there, I always end up getting something for myself, and I need to stop doing that. Okay, we had a purchase from Amazon for $18. So these are just miscellaneous expenses. Casey's and Amazon is a miscellaneous expense. Okay, then for medical, oh, by the way, we didn't have any gas. So we've done bills, debt, food, gas, miscellaneous, and we're on to medical. For medical this week, I decided to get myself some new masks. I purchased several masks at the beginning of the school year, and I wear, one clean one every day, and then I wash them, and they're just literally falling apart. So I needed new masks, and I treated myself to all new masks, which hopefully will be coming in very soon. And then we had a home purchase from Sam's Club, so house expenses. House expenses for us are things like coffee, because everybody drinks coffee, dog food, cleaning supplies, paper products, things like that. And then for sinking funds, cash envelopes, we didn't do that this week, so there is none of those. Okay, so what does this all mean? Well, let's go to the notebook and see how this all breaks down. Again, I am going to be using the information here when I work in the notebook. So looking at the weekly check-in, I did mess up a little bit because when I budgeted, I only budgeted for a 2-week period, and this pay period actually covered 3 weeks. So you're going to notice there's a bunch of negative numbers, which will get ironed out for the next pay period in February, which actually only covers 1 week of February. I'm going to be filming that right after I do this, but it will be a separate video. So if you want to see how everything works out at the end, you want to check that video out, which will be my budget setup for the second paycheck in February. Okay, so let's look at the weekly check-in. So last week, after all that eating out and everything, we were negative $217. So we started this week negative $217. Okay, so let's go over how much we spent in each category. For bills this week, we spent $79. For debt, we didn't spend anything. For food, we spent $257. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, okay. Gas, we didn't spend anything. Miscellaneous, we spent $24. Medical, we spent $42. House, we spent $50. And sinking funds, cash envelopes, we spent $0. So let's see what this will be now. So we had negative 25, and we're going to take away 79. So wait a second. Sorry. Let's see. How do I do that? Well, it'd be a negative number, so 25 plus 79 would be the negative number. 104. So negative 104. Because everything in this column is a negative, I should probably indicate that so that, because when you take it out, it's a negative number. Okay. I'm just worried that I'm going to confuse some people. So negative 172 and negative 257. So I'm going to add those two numbers together. So it's negative 429. And I know this looks really bad, but again, I didn't budget for this week, so. Okay, 3, so we have -3, and we took away nothing, so that's still -3. Here we had a positive 25, we took away 24, so we still have a positive 1. Positive 17, take away 42, so 17 minus 42 is a -25. House is, we had -59, we have a new negative of 50, so that's a negative amount of 109. And then 0. Okay, so I'm going to add all these up and see where we are at here. Okay, so we were -452. When you add 452 and 217 together, that gives you 669. Yep, that is correct. Okay, I know it looks bad. Let's go to closing out the month and see where we really are. Okay, so let's do the final numbers here. I'm going to zoom you in. Okay, for starters, we had a rollover amount of $9.96. We had a pay day of $18.42, so we were a little above budget there by less than $10. So for internet, we budgeted $50 and it ended up costing $78 because this is a new program for us, new internet company, and we hadn't, we just went by the amount they told us it was going to cost, but after taxes and fees, it came out to $78, which is kind of a bummer, you know, but oh well. Mortgage was $13.37, which is what we budgeted. Disney Plus, $8, which is what we budgeted. State Farm was down a little bit, so we saved a little bit of money there. Google Fi was up a little bit by $6, so a difference of $6. And Netflix came out here, where normally it would come out in my next paycheck, but because this covered the 3-week period, it came out here. So let's add all this up and see how much we actually spent on debt and bills during this pay period. So we actually spent $16.57. So we started with $28.38. We spent $16.57. $11.81. So that leaves us with $11.81. Okay, let's bring that down to our variable expenses and cash envelopes. We'll do sinking funds last. Okay, so I have a lot I need to add here because some of these things have 3 weeks I need to add, like food and what else? House, things like that. So let me add all this together and get a new total. We had budgeted $640. Let's see where we actually ended up. $11.55. So we actually spent $11.55, which is quite a bit more than we budgeted for. Okay, so what does that leave us with? Not very much. So we had $11.81 and we spent $11.55, which leaves us with $26. Okay, so coming up to sinking funds, we're starting with $26. We took out $230 for our sinking funds, so $230 minus 26. So we now have a negative amount of $204. Okay, let's come down here. So we have a negative $204. And I was predicting that we would need $344 to roll over to pay our bills next pay period, but that's going to be 0. We don't have that money to roll over. So we are currently negative $204. Oh, sorry. No, that is the total amount that went to savings, sorry. So that would be 0. We had 0 rollover. And then the leftover is negative $204. Okay, so where does this leave us? At the end of our first pay period, we were negative $204. So this is not the end of the story. We need to make adjustments now in this next pay period to keep us ahead. So if you want to see how I'm going to do that, then check out my Budget With Me video, which will also be posted the same time that this video is posted. That way you can see how it is all going to work out. Fingers crossed. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, will you please give it a thumbs up? And I will see you all again next time. Bye everyone.